All right, so any business on the table?
Yes, we need a new mid-level manager to manage our crew, a new crew in Tokyo to that produce the little screws that go into our cell phones.
What other job description type items does he need to be able to do besides managing? Does he need to do, are you gonna have him do timekeeping,
Yes,
scheduling?
timekeeping, scheduling,
He's balanced the books as
balance
well,
the books
right?
as well. Yes, and also with paying the bills.
Paying the
Paying
bills.
the bills.
So he's gonna have access to our payroll,
Yes.
or are we gonna kick that off, just have HR or a functional manager keep his employees?
No, I think we should pass it on to the functional manager to keep the bills.
So who's gonna be in charge of pay raises for those employees? You want him to be, or her?
I think her.
Why do we need a new manager? What happened to the old one?
He's not producing.
Not
Not
producing.
making-
So we have to fire a
We
manager
have to fire a
too.
manager as well, yes.
Does the old manager have a severance package? You can make it up. Say no.
No, he was not. He did not work with us long enough to acquire a severance package.
Okay. All right, and you're sure that's what you need to do is hire a new one?
Yes, sir.
What are we paying the new one? Well, what are we paying the current manager right now?
Current manager is just being paid about 15, 17 an hour. So far right now, we're just going off of the hourly base, but we could just switch it up to salary if that's what would benefit us.
What is the salary for 15, 17 an hour? Someone pull out a phone and tell me that. I'm out.
I know where my phone is at.
But it is 40 to 40 hours a week. At 15,
He's going to be
17.
He's going to be overseas. Is he going to be as a considered full-time or a part-time employee?
He would be full-time. He's also going to need to have, since he is an overseas employee, he's going to also have to have a per diem or a stipend to cover housing, or he can be in corporate housing.
15, 17, they said? You said 15, 17, Bree?
Yeah.
15, 17?
For 40 hours a week?
40 hours a week, and then just give it that to me over an annual. I think it's about $34,000 a
Yeah,
year.
34, 38.
Are we going to offer him our full benefits package?
Yeah, as a manager, he'll be offered the full benefits package minus severance, and his health insurance will kick in 6 months based on ADA rules, ADA and all the ACA, Affordable Health Care Act. Does anything change within our operation structure?
No, not much. Only question I would have is does it make our corporate structure middle heavy? I want to make sure we don't have too many Indians. Too many chiefs and not enough Indians, if you know what I'm saying. So that would be about the only question I have, and also who would this new hire report to?
Okay. So the new hire falls underneath you,
Yes.
correct? So he would report to you,
Yes, sir.
then you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as that, do you think the reason the old manager wasn't very good is because we didn't hire someone that was capable of doing the job? Because I'm looking at the pay rate and it's really low.
Yes.
So what would you suggest the pay rate should be for that level? What is it across the company? Other managers that would be in charge of the same amount of people. So say 10 people. How many people are you in charge of?
15.
What do you get paid a year, annually?
Annually, 55.
$55,000 a year. All right, and you're in charge of 15, he's gonna be in charge of how many?
5.
5. So he's in charge of third of your employees is his responsibility.
Yes, sir.
I think we should bump his salary to $50,000 a year.
Okay, and how often do you think we should give out raises to the employees?
The annual adjustments are fine without promotions.
Okay.
I'm trying to get someone cheap,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
I don't want to give any of the money away. Investors don't want to give any of the money away. So the minimum we can do to get the right people in. Union person, you got anything to do with this?
Sir, I just want to know, will this fall under the collective bargaining?
No, he's a supervisor.
Okay.
Collective bargaining agreement's only underneath
That's
the
good.
employees. So the only thing you'd have to deal with is you'd have to be able to work with him for his employees. You're gonna have to have, or her, you're gonna have to be able to have a working relationship. That's it. So we'll make sure we'll hire someone that you don't like. All right, so to recap, we need a mid-level manager
Yes, sir.
that does timekeeping, scheduling, manages the pay of those people, inventory.
Mhm.
We want to hire at about $50,000 to $55,000 a year.
Yes.
So with that being said, based on y'all's experience, what is the best experience time in a management position to be able to run this specific production? Because you know the production way better than we will.
Yeah. Has to be at least what?
Ideally, we're looking at 5 years.
I was gonna say 5.
5 years
5
minimum.
We will aim for someone with 5 years minimum because we can get them cheaper.
Yes.
Exactly.
I'd rather have
It's
someone
not gonna be-
cheaper
it's not
that's
gonna be
not
that much.
overly trained, right?
Yeah.
I'd rather get someone that's cheaper, not overly trained, we can train them
Yep.
with the way we do it. We don't want anyone set in their ways. So we don't want to hire any old people.
Something fresh.
Okay.
Yeah, we
can have any old
Can't
people.
use that terminology.
Well, we're gonna use it, but we're not gonna say it. We don't want old people.
Don't say
There's
it.
ways around it.
Yes.
We're just not gonna ask.
Okay.
Told you that.
That'd work.
Okay.
So basically, what type of personality would you like that you think you can work with?
Has to be well-rounded, good with people, not too cheery.
Not too cheery.
Yes.
Okay, I want a woman.
I'm down
We
for
cannot
a
put that-
well-rounded woman.
You know, I
We
said
cannot put that
No?
No?
Okay.
into the job description.
Yes,
Oh,
okay.
What about Title IX?
Title IX.
I don't mind.
He's got you there, Bill.
We only have 2 women working here right now. We have a good amount of minorities, majorities.
We're
but
black, you can.
We are underrepresented by female workers.
Female work.
You
But
can
you're
put that,
black.
you put that, a woman is preferred, but it's not limited to women.
I don't even.
Are you sure legally I can put that on the sheet, or is that just something we need to unspokenly aim for?
Unspoken we aim for.
All right, so that's what we're looking for. We're
So
looking for
off
a
the record?
young,
Off the record.
yes, off the record,
Off the
looking for a
record.
young female manager.
Well-rounded.
very well-rounded.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Yes, a
Jeez,
young
guys,
female
in the
that's
meeting.
qualified,
Career-driven.
good with people.
Men's world.
Career driven's a good one too. But yes, we're looking for $50,000 a year. If we can get it less, we get it less. So in the job announcement, put competitive pay, do not put a pay rate on the job announcement. That's for you whenever you post it. So to recap what goes on the posting, for your, whenever you go to post it on monster.com, our own website, and I want y'all to use your LinkedIn contacts and see if we can use some of that. I also want you to use our employment service company. Let them know we want a young, well, don't say young.
Yes.
We want a 5-year experienced manager
Who is well-rounded.
who's well-rounded
Very well.
and has a kind of career-driven mindset that can do these specific management jobs that comes from a production background, a manufacturing production background.
5 years.
Yes, 5 years minimum. Don't request anything weird like has to have 4 years of Windows 10 because Windows 10's been out a year and that's really stupid. So don't put that on there.
I think
Make
that-
sure though that if we have any special systems that they need to know, we can either get training for them immediately. So we need to put training provided for
These specialists,
our own
but
things.
it's better to have the
But-
training for this.
Yes, but it's
items already.
preferred that they've already done our AutoCAD systems or whatever. Other than that, I think that's it. So you can post those by Friday. So that gives you 4 days to get this stuff written up, put it out, recruiting, get the word out to our recruiters. We want the job filled within 2 months and someone in Tokyo within 3.
I will get the write-up done to, in the next 2 days and get it to you for your approval of scanning.
Whenever we actually have a hire in mind,
Yes, sir.
we'll give you word to fire the old manager.
Yes, sir. Get that
And
done.
let him go gently.
Yeah.
No, I don't care how you let him go. I don't have to do it.
Okay.
He ain't got to go home.
No, he just has to go.
Outta
So-
here.
See about we have the money, right?
All right.
We do.
Of course we do.
So that comes from the new contract, so we're good.
So, Alfonso, Jamal
Crawford?
Crawford.
You can just
Alfonso
call me
Jamal.
Pretty Boy Tony.
Pretty Boy Tony.
Pretty Boy Tony.
Nice.
Okay,
All right.
all right.
So,
You want to go ahead, Chris?
okay, Chris.
Sure,
All
sure.
right.
'Cause we're both
So,
named Chris, yeah.
if you were an animal,
Yes,
which one would you be and why?
I'd probably be a kangaroo. I like to hop around a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Outstanding, outstanding. So, Alfonso, are you able to stand for long periods of time?
First of all, my name's Pretty Boy Tony.
It says Alfonso in your resume.
You can call me
Real
Pretty Boy Tony.
PBT?
No, just Pretty Boy
Okay.
Tony.
Okay. All right.
And of course, I can stand however long you need me to stand.
Okay. All right. Pretty boy, Tony.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So, how many tennis balls can you fit in a limousine by chance?
What the fuzz, man?
I'm just
Tennis ball in a limousine.
Tennis balls are fuzzy.
general question. How many tennis balls can you fit in a limousine?
Well, I can fit about 2 big dice on my windshield, so you know, two
Alright,
big dice.
That's
You
not what
know.
I.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, pretty boy Tony, right?
Pretty boy.
Pretty.
Pretty.
Pretty boy Tony. Why are you interested in our company?
Cause I need a job, man.
Need a job. Okay.
I'm broke.
Broke. Okay.
Raise your
Broke.
voice.
It's okay.
So,
Sorry.
are you planning on having any children in the future or soon, by chance?
No, man. Child support already trying to get me, man.
Okay, so that was gonna be actually my next question.
Yeah,
you
no,
have a baby mama?
Yeah, I got about 3 of them. You want one?
No.
I got a BOGO sale. You buy one, you get all of them.
Oh no,
That's
thank
a
you.
good deal.
That's-
Never mind. How did you hear about us, our company?
Oh, you know my sister,
Yeah.
Keisha,
Keith.
her baby daddy,
Keith?
mom and brother work here.
We got a Keisha that works here.
So, of course, she was like, just come on down. She gonna put in the word. She gonna get that $100 gift certificate
Okay.
for somebody getting hired. So, you know, that's why I'm here, dog.
Okay. All right. Pretty boy Tony.
Pretty.
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 Okay.
Pretty.
Okay.
Now, I'm assuming you don't weigh this, but do you weigh by chance 128 pounds?
Fuck no.
That's simply know what it is. It was
Disrespecting pretty boy
no.
Tony.
I was just questioning that when you asked for the job. It's required.
Well, if hired, how soon can you start?
I can start today, though. Just give me a shirt. I'm ready to go.
Oh, well, it's
I got khakis in the car.
business casual.
Oh. The Dickies count? I got plenty of
Dickies.
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 Dickies? Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Dickie.
Oh.
Dickies.
I thought he said Brooks Brothers.
No,
Okay,
Dickies.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I think that's suffice.
Well, I have a few more questions for you, actually, if you don't mind me asking. Where do you live at now?
Currently, I'm living between the steering wheel and my back seat.
Is that local? Or?
Pretty much.
Okay.
You know, I'm mobile. You know.
So that pretty much covers my next question. You don't have to worry about transportation.
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay. Okay. Well, Chris, I think all my questions are pretty much covered. All right. All right, pretty boy Tony.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for the
All
time.
right. All right. Let's go. All right, Chris, we're here. I'm sorry. What was your name again?
Jordan.
Jordan. Okay.
It's
Okay.
right there, it's right there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm wrong resume. Okay, Jordan. Here we go. All right. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Chris, go ahead. Lead us off.
So, are you planning on having any children in the future? Say, month and a half from now?
I do have a 1-year-old son already, so I do not plan on anytime soon having
Okay.
any kids,
Okay.
any more kids.
So now that goes actually segues into my next question. How many baby daddies do you have?
One. Seems I only have 1 kid.
Okay. Are you able to stand for long periods of time, Jordan?
Yes, sir, most definitely.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Chris. Thank you.
If you were an animal, which one would you be? And why?
Ooh, this is probably the hardest question. I would definitely be a lion. Yeah.
Powerful.
All right. Why are you interested in our company, Nash Jordan?
Because I feel like it applies to what I'm already going to school for, so I think it would be great for me to get some experience beforehand, before graduating.
Naturally.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. One more question. I guess, are you ready to wrap this up?
Yes,
Right.
yeah.
How did you hear about us?
I actually heard about y'all through Indeed.com. I have
Oh,
a resume
okay,
posted there.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
okay.
Yes.
Resume already in, okay.
Yes.
All right. Did you, yeah, okay, yeah.
I'm-
Are you good, Chris?
I'm great.
All right, that's, all right, Jordan, thank you very much. We'll,
All right.
We'll be in touch.
Thank you
you
guys.
very
Y'all
much.
have a great day.
You do the same.
Thank-
Okay, so y'all had interviews recently. What was your take? Did y'all find someone you would like to hire?
We did actually. We
Yeah.
found one, Jordan Miller.
Jordan, yeah, actually, Lana, she looks just like you. It's-
Really?
Yeah, do you have any sisters?
Hard.
Not at all. She must be
resemblance.
cute though.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
sure.
Okay, so we got a complaint from a guy that came into my office today wearing house shoes and curlers in his hair named Baby Boy Tony or something.
Oh, Pretty?
Pretty. Oh, so you remember it?
I could,
Yeah, he had Jerry curl grease on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Dripping.
Yeah, it was dripping.
from the
Um,
curl.
We actually had an accident.
Yeah. It was
guest
pretty
actually
interesting
slipped in the
conversation.
lobby.
Yeah,
It was pretty bad.
Tim almost broke his neck.
Yeah.
Okay,
Crazy.
so-
So bad.
Yeah, it was a
What-
pretty
what
interesting
was-
conversation. He had a complaint about interview questions being inappropriate.
What?
So let's go
Oh.
over the interview questions that y'all made for this
Sure, I
position.
think I'll go ahead and go over mine, and you want to follow up there? Chris?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, firstly, I asked him, is he able to stand for long periods of time?
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I asked him why he was interested in working with our company.
Okay.
That's another good question.
Okay, thank you. All right. And then I asked him how did he hear about us?
It's good to know whether our recruiting's working.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And how soon can he start?
Okay.
I also asked him where did he live at currently, and how did he plan on?
How's that last one?
What's that?
Where
does
does he live currently? How's that applicable to the interview?
Well, we want to know if he's going to get to work on time.
Okay, so there's a thing with asking where someone lives because you can use demographics to possibly be perceived as causing a racial discrimination or income discrimination. So we need to try to avoid that in further interviews.
Absolutely.
What else do you have?
Indubitably.
I asked him, what is his transportation situation like?
That's a fair enough question.
That's fair. Okay, and that's pretty much
Well, I
it,
mean,
Chris.
what I have
I'm
is,
sorry.
are you planning on having any children?
Oh no.
Oh, you cannot ask that question.
No?
No.
There is no way of asking that question.
Okay,
Come on, Chris.
I'm sorry. Okay, so the other one would be, how many tennis balls can you fit into a limousine?
What's the why? What is that? How is that pertinent to the job at hand?
To see his skill asset, I mean, how quickly can he think on his feet?
As part of the job to put tennis balls in a limousine?
It's completely unrelatable to the.
It's irrelevant.
Sounded like a fair question.
It's not.
I was actually curious as to how many tennis balls would fit in a limousine myself.
Well, there's too many variables. Is it a Hummer? Is it a stretch limo?
I was saying that in the job description.
That's irrelevant to the job, guys.
What job?
Yeah, don't ask that question.
Ever again.
Unless you're trying to get them to think outside the box a little
That's
bit.
what I was.
Without having a clear goal, there's no point in asking that question.
Okay, nice.
86. At least 1,500 easily. on an old school
86.
limousine. Anyways,
Okay.
how many baby daddies / mamas do you have?
What? Oh, that is. You cannot ask that question at all.
At all?
I'm sure
Is
it
that-
relates
that
back to the
way?
kid
Was
thing.
she
Can I
fine though?
rephrase that?
That's what the kids are
Try
saying
to-
these days, though.
No, you can't really ask about families.
Oh,
not so
okay.
much.
Okay.
It's better to just avoid that question.
It's okay if they fine though.
All right.
If they fine, you got it.
Come to think of it, you actually look like Pretty Tony.
No,
No?
no, I ate my brother in the womb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's
So I
Alright,
actually
you
have
need
That's
to-
healthy.
All right, union rep guy.
Yeah.
This is why you're still low level.
Right.
All
I
right.
mean, that's all I have. I mean,
So you
Nice
pretty
and
much had
small
no
there, Chris.
viable
You
questions.
had no viable questions.
no. No.
He said something about you asked how much you weighed.
Yes, I did actually. For the job, he must weigh 128 pounds.
What part of the job requires him to weigh that?
Why?
Cause I can drop that weight for that job.
You can drop that weight for the job. That's
I
great.
can.
I'm
But
starting to think. There's similarities.
Why
So
are
you can walk
why is there
around?
why is there a weight limit for the
easy
job?
maneuvering around the office.
Well, that's why we're addressing these issues now, right?
So he's in an off or would be in an
We'll
office.
be in an office. Yes.
The weight should not matter.
He has to be able to fit in the office. It's a small cubicle, actually. Wanna make
We
sure.
underneath the ADA, you have to provide equipment for even
Accommodations.
people that are obese.
Definitely.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Okay, well.
All right, so
No more
Productive.
this.
Yeah, so
Go ahead and exit out that.
we've done a little bit of training there.
I think Chris made
Yeah.
that offer.
Yeah, I think Yuri would get us coffee.
Okay.
Let's get us coffee.
Can I take his job?
No, you need to be here.
I like
Because
mine
this is
black.
gonna be-
2 sugars.
So,
Excuse me.
yes.
That's your good.
Jeez, Chris.
And an herbal
The
tea, please.
coffee.
Herbal tea.
Herbal?
I take a soda.
I'll take a
Just
soda.
a hibiscus tea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scones.
So, on that side
Oh, that's
note,
fine. I think Chris, we need to find a new supervisor manager.
we might want to talk, or
Talk
maybe
about
send him a
that
little
later,
bit into more
right.
training.
Wow.
Some, you would no longer be allowed to be in the union if you became a supervisor. So, on that note, it seems like we're lacking in a little bit of sensitivity training and things of that nature. So we need to develop also a sexual harassment training program because we have gotten complaints from some females down in operations and production about inappropriate material and actions on the part of male employees.
I just want to say I did not have sexual relations with that girl.
The union rep, just to let you know, just to inform you, we're going to be forcing training of sexual harassment prevention to all of your union employees. So you can also now leave.
You ordered the soda though. Can I have your soda?
No.
No, okay.
Okay, so
Well,
now that we're a little bit slimmer and it'll be a little more nimble,
okay.
we need to focus on specific things. So any ideas on what you've seen in your areas that needs to be addressed from a sexual harassment prevention point of view?
Just guys, probably like this group of guys and girls just making jokes that they feel are harmless that I feel like maybe other people may be uncomfortable with. Just to kind of prevent probably something that they're not thinking is sexual harassment. Just kind of joking around, trying to make the office lighter, and probably making a few people uncomfortable.
Sometimes they get a little inappropriate.
Right.
It's about normal.
Guilty.
We just have to make people aware of what's going on. With that, we're also going to have to develop a reporting procedure that is not subject to reprisal from their supervisors. So we need to stress that amongst y'all's mid-level
Right.
people right below you, that there will be no reprisal, and they can come all the way to me if they need to.
All right.
And with the sexual harassment charges and then that have been brought up, we need to conduct training, but we also need to make an example of one of the people doing the sexual harassment so that nobody know that we is not allowed here. So one person, we need to find one person who has been doing the sexual harassment and who has complaints against them and make an example so if the company sees this and then knows that they cannot be further tolerated.
Well, if it's going to be one person, it should definitely be all people who've ever had any complaints against.
Yeah, I mean,
everything.
I'm a little reluctant to make an example of people,
It's never good.
specifically because it might be our fault that we're lacking training.
Right.
So if what we can do now, though,
Well, maybe
to
not
also-
fired, but maybe like reprimand.
right? That's probably what we need to do right now: is reprimand that person and put out corporate-wide sexual harassment prevention training, and we need to have it on a regular basis, annually,
Right.
and an initial whenever we first hire someone, and then annually refreshers afterwards. Is there any other common? I mean, jokes are a big thing. But I know that I've seen some of the pictures and stuff that are in personal lockers. That's something that a lot of people aren't aware that is a sexual harassment, could be construed as a sexual harassment violation.
Well, wait. You're telling me I can't have a picture of the Maxim centerfold hanging in my locker?
No, and technically you don't own the locker, the company does. So therefore, anything in the company's property would be subject to the same thing. So we would be liable, even though that is considered your personal space legally, it is actually the property of the company, so therefore we are responsible for that.
So Kim Kardashian has to come down.
And to touch
Yeah, that's gross, so yes.
And to touch base on also, even though it's in your locker, magazines on your desk, leisure magazines that you may read on break, whatever.
Hey, that penthouse is playing.
They cannot be in physical view.
All right, I will keep
So
them in my
you
drawers.
control that. Some of the other things that I've noticed is, like, you had the jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's taken outside of the realm of the same group of friends. So
Right.
we need to make sure that people focus on if it's visual or someone can hear it at any point that's not intended to hear it, then it can be considered sexual harassment. What we don't want is we don't want sexual harassment to turn into sexual assault.
Understood.
Definitely.
Did you have anything in your area? I know y'all are a bunch of bean counters, so I mean,
there's been a few complaints where guys are groping girls, but just
like
the same
straight out
as
groping?
Groping.
That's getting
Yes.
assault there.
Yes. So it's not just sexual harassment now; it's becoming groping, and
It's
that's
escalating.
actually
And I believe like the
Yes.
women, probably the women at first were
playful
playful
in a
about
way.
it, and I think just to not make the whole situation uncomfortable, but I think as it continued, it's getting a little more uncomfortable each time.
Okay, so to remedy that solution, what I need you to do,
Read names.
I don't want names yet, because it needs to come from the victim or
Right.
the person that it feels like was done.
Right.
So what I need you to do is create a situation and a procedure for someone to report those things anonymously if they need to. But we need it to be more exact on what's going on, and so that we can start the investigation. That's gonna be your job on that part. You need to develop a reprimand type plan. First is a written warning. I don't want to start with just a verbal warning. So the first is a written documented warning. We're going to document every case against anybody for the full event. Second time is an automatic fire. We're not going to mess with it. There's no point in messing
Right.
with it. First time, I might have made a mistake, didn't know.
Second time, there's really no excuse.
Right.
for
Second
it.
time, there's no excuse to do it again.
Absolutely.
Okay, so at that point, you'll have that part on what kind of, and then send it through legal to make sure that we're covered legally on the issues of us the punishment styles or what we can or can't
I'll have
do.
my officer start to write that up as
Yes.
soon as I get out of here. As soon as
Um,
the meeting is adjourned.
From the operation standpoint, you're gonna have a little more of a grassroots, because it tends to be workers in the blue collar type jobs that have pictures of
Kim Kardashian.
Kardashian sitting there.
Right.
Matter of fact,
Right.
there is your guy that came from that section.
Right.
And that is a typical thing because, to be honest, that is not as diverse of an area as in the office.
Definitely.
It's primarily male and primarily young.
Right.
So those are the ones we're really gonna have to focus on with the training also, because they
Definitely.
tend to be the ones that either don't understand it or they don't understand that it's affecting someone else.
Absolutely.